Last race of the day. Good luck if you're still alive in the quaddie. If you are still alive, you'll probably enjoy the boat that's coming your way because it's going to be a mighty big one. I can't imagine there's too many punters that are still rolling alive in that one. But if you are, the best of luck to you too, and hopefully you can win it in this final one. Frigid is your favourite right now. $4.80 into $3.90. Regal Azmon, $6.50 into $4.80. Now, not a huge amount of weight of difference with money here between Frigid and Regal Azmon. You're getting a much better price there on Regal Azmon. Marquess, $8 into $6.50. And the theme of the day has been roughies, and there's certainly some here. $17 into $9, $13 into $9.50. Titan of Choice and Belle Plaisir. Flash feeling down there, $21 into $17 as well. It's been a roughies day. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on your screen or visit the website.
This mounting yard is brought to you by Vobis Platinum. Find out more at vobisplatinum.com.au.
The lucky last from Caulfield on Easter Cup Day is race number 10. It's the Jack Elliot Handicap. It's over a mile. It is a benchmark 84. Horse number 1 is Belle Plaisir. A couple of placings on her resumption this prep.
Yeah, she beat several rivals that she faces again today. Second up at Moonee Valley. Might have more improvement to come. Third up off a long break, and I think she's very easy to like.
Improving nicely with each run, and she's a mare that can get quite worked up and hot in the yard. Couple of handlers and the red earmuffs keeping her as composed as possible. It's a good parade for her.
Bullfinch has been running consistently, a couple of fourths in consecutive country cups at Echuca and Bairnsdale.
Yeah, beaten less than a length in the Bairnsdale Cup last time out. This race is a lot stronger though.
Nice and fit now for recent racing. He's pretty uncomplicated in the yard, moving well.
5 is Flash Feeling, now in the care of Ben Will and JD Hayes, of course, formerly trained by Johnny Sadler.
He's jumped out nicely between runs ahead of his debut for the new stable. I like this horse being kept to $1,600. He maps for a nice run. Yeah, $17, $18 available. That looks way over the odds for me on an each-way basis.
Quite a typical parade from Flash Feeling. Hasn't had a lot of time, I suppose, to change anything between runs. Can occasionally get a bit warm in the yard, but parading nicely for him.
Holbein hasn't won in the north of 800 days, but he does come back to the scene of a couple of crimes. He loves the Caulfield Mile.
He does, and gee, his 2 runs back from a long spell have been very good. He was beaten less than 2 lengths last start against a number of rivals, despite racing 3 wide, no cover on a genuine speed. He should be fit a third up. He can roll forward. He loves Caulfield. I think he's one of the better roughies on the program and a great each-way chance here at a big price.
He's parading with a bit of purpose, a couple of handlers there to just keep him as nice and composed as possible, and he is improving with racing. As an older horse, he's probably needed at least those 2 runs to bring him on.
Godolphin have already had a winner earlier in the program. They saddle up Marquess with Celine Gaudray in the saddle, who's had 1 run back in Victoria after a couple of runs in Sydney.
Yeah, started 3:10 at the Valley last start, where he was 1400 to the 2040 and found to be lame, so I think we can forgive that run. This looks a much more suitable race. He can roll forward. He's got a strong starting price profile. Forgive 1 run, and he's easy to like. I think he's among the better hopes.
Easy to like from the yard too. He's a strong horse. He's fit. He's got a great attitude. He's bright, alert, no negatives.
For Valor's another interesting runner, trained by Gabe Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. Jai McNeil in the saddle from the wide draw.
Yeah, well backed at a price last start, and the race probably didn't work out ideally for him. He should be fit a third up, but look, I thought Holbein was the better run of those on speed and maybe had a bit more improvement to come.
He is tightening up with racing though, Ben. He's getting fitter, and he might be able to be ridden really positively with those additional runs under his belt. He's progressing well.
Bold Bourbon was a good winner of the Koroit Cup at Warrnambool 2 starts back and was okay resuming in a decent enough race at Mount Gambier first up.
Yeah, he was okay there with 60 kilos first up off a break at Mount Gambier. He should be fitter for that run, drops in weight. Does have a strong second up record, but it's much stronger today.
Looks forward enough second up. That run across the border could well have tightened him up a bit. He's in good health. He's not carrying a lot of excess condition, so I don't think he's too far away.
The form guide for Regal Azmon reads 4 of 10, 4 of 12. Arguably could have been 1-1.
Yep, could have been. Arguably unlucky not to have won both starts this preparation. He draws wider this time, so clear galloping room shouldn't be an issue. May get a long way back, though. That aside, he's obviously going really well.
He's a little bit nervous and on the toe today, which is not totally unusual for him, but probably a little bit more than I've seen in more recent times. But he is progressing well from a fitness perspective.
Danny O'Brien saddles up horse 12, Far Flung. Billy Egan in the saddle. Great record at the mile. 10 starts for 7 placings.
Yeah, he ran okay, ran well, I should say, after missing the start first up. He should be fitter for that run. He can settle closer, but that habit of missing the start isn't ideal.
Nice and fit. I think he's progressed well from that recent fresh run, and yeah, he's doing everything right. Quite a typically conservative parade from him. He doesn't waste a lot of energy in the yard.
A couple of Frigid's best career performances have also been at this track.
Sure have. Had to duck back to what was probably inferior ground first up at the Valley. She'll take a lot of improvement from that run, you would think, and she has a really strong second up record. So the market likes her, and I think with good reason.
Out in the track reasonably early, improved nicely from that run. She's parading well, heading around to the barriers with the pony.
Kaburan went straight to 1,600 metres first up in probably the best part of 10 months. Gets the blinkers applied second up.
Yeah, blinkers go on and probably should take some improvement from that run. I think we'll probably appreciate further, but may well be able to improve today.
Another horse early in the campaign, doesn't look that far away from a fitness perspective, and very healthy in the coat this stage of the campaign.
The lucky last horse in the field is Titan of Choice, who was a winner of the Country Mile final series last start.
This horse is a good example of why he shouldn't lose hope. He showed a lot of talent earlier in his career, and he was in the wilderness for a bit. He was struggling to win a benchmark 58, and he's just absolutely airborne this preparation now. It was a career peak win last time out. He's hard fit, he's in form, and he's doing a great job.
He's very fit. He's a horse that can have a bit of energy in the yard. The Galligotis team are aware of that. They manage him accordingly. So a good parade from him. He's rock hard fit.
There we go. We can see Titan of Choice making his way out onto the course proper, and he'll head around to the 1,600 metre start here at Caulfield. 5 minutes away from the jump in. The lucky last who was the final pick of the yard?
I'm going with 13, Frigid, Tim. Number 11, Regal Azmon. He was up on the toe. That's normal for him, and love the parade also of number 1, Belle Plaisir, improving nicely third up. Pick of the yard for me, the grey, number 13, Frigid.
Well, Frigid has just remained up the top of the market, hasn't really moved. No major changes since we last spoke. A bit of the theme of the day as well. And again, punters just still looking to find a couple at rough figure odds, as most of the winners today have been. Regal Azmon, $6.50 into 5 there, just holding that. Marquess, $8 into $6.50. Titan of Choice, the big mover, $17.10 now into $8.50, who's been popular ever since these opened. Belle Plaisir, $13 into 10. And further down the bottom, Flash Feeling, $21 into 15. But Frigid, your favourite, $4.80 into 4. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on your screen or visit the website.
Frigid heads around here, is pretty well supported, going around to the barriers with the pony. John Leake, trainer, joins me. John, what have you made of the way she's presented today?
Yeah, she's in great order. She's very quiet today, which is hopefully a good sign. She's not playing up, so yeah, I think things will go really good.
She seemed luckless, not the only luckless runner in that run last start. From your perspective, how did you assess her run?
Well, she was just working into the race, and she lost her momentum and probably lost, 2 or 3 lengths, which would have given her a clear win. But, she's still got to have luck here today. But, she's a determined racehorse, so Caulfield gives you plenty of opportunities.
From a fitness perspective, how's she done since that run?
She's thrived. She's 100% today.
Can have a habit of being a fraction slowly away at times. Is that something that you're able to work on? How do you assess that?
Well, she has a barrier blanket on. And I think some horses with barrier blankets on, they sort of feel a little bit sort of locked in there a bit, and they just come out a touch quieter. So, but I think today she's had a run this time in, and she'll be out. Jamie knows that, she can be just not slow, but probably a touch tardy.
Best of luck.
Thanks, mate.
Always good to hear from Johnny Leake regarding the chances of all his runners. He has Frigid here in the last race. A really, really intriguing way to finish the card, isn't it, Benny? And Holbein goes on top. If he was anywhere near his best, he'd be more than competitive in this sort of affair.
Yeah, so a little bit of a speculative selection for me in a very open race. You can make a case for a good 6 or 7 of them here in a strong case, but he was one that was a much bigger price than he is now. There's been some support for him. He's been 18 to 15 on the Victorian official price, Holbein, but someone out there, it was not me, got 60 to 1 earlier in the week. So I thought he's been good in 2 runs back from a long break. But Belle Plaisir you can make a case for. I think Flash Feeling's well suited at 1,600 metres at a big price. Marquess, if we give one run, and another one looks a big price at $8. Regal Azmon could have easily been 2 from 2 this prep. Far flung, fitter, and there's an easy case to be made for Frigid and Titan of Choice. So a very, very open contest, but speed-wise, it's one that is going to be interesting. I think there's two that probably most likely go forward in Holbein and For Valor. The other one would potentially be Marquez. I think can roll forward. Fridge should get a nice run just in behind them and not be too far away. Flash Feeling should also get a nice run just in behind them with Belle Plaisir. But should get the genuine tempo anyway with both For Valor and Holbein. Horses that like to roll up on speed. Marquez, another one that I think can add its mix into that speed battle early in the last at Caulfield, where we've seen some upset results today, but we've seen some terrific races, particularly the two features. The Victoria Handicap was the highlight race for me. Here to Shock's done a good job to win it, but jury out a little bit with attrition and Globe at this stage, but I thought it was probably a pass mark for Globe. Looking forward to seeing him again, and it was a strong addition to the race, and I think there's going to be plenty of winners out of that race and plenty of winners out of the Easter Cup as well.
What was the highlight of the day from your point of view?
I think probably the early performance for Dom Sutton.
Yep.
To come to town early in his career with a horse that was his first winner, and then be able to have confidence in the horse to come to the city, 1,200 metres from a wide draw, positive ride, and just seeing what it meant to him. He's such a composed person. He's not, he certainly doesn't get overwhelmed by the situation, and he seems to have his business trending in the right direction. I think the highlight for me, I love seeing young people like that, particularly the time he spent through Team Corson's and other stables, and we saw Leon emerge from the shadow of Bart Cummings very early in the incarnation of the Corson's training regime, and great to see them put the time into Dom and help develop a young trainer.
He's a horse that, I think he's going to be well suited when he gets the 1,400 in the Anzac Day Stakes. If they do head that way with him in Feroci, he looks a nice horse of the future. Who knows? Now, we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but could he run 1,600 metres and maybe put his hand up as a Caulfield Guineas type in the spring? So it's plenty to be excited about for a young trainer going about things the right way in Dom Sutton. So they're loading into the gates here for the last at Caulfield. This is the Jack Elliot. It's a benchmark 84 over 1,600 metres. A quick late scan of the markets suggests that Frigid has been very well back. She's into 310 favouritism, going to run you clear favourite ahead of a rock-solid Regal Azmon. Let's go to Matt Hill for the last time today.
3 goes second up for 2 wins and a minor. 4 Valor, Bold Bourbon, Titan of Choice, and what's been a very entertaining day of racing. Some great finishes as 4 Valor is forwards. Saturday racing heads to the provincials in the next couple of weeks. Bendigo next Saturday, and then the Mornington Cup in a fortnight for the Melbourne Racing Club. As Bold Bourbon goes in, and here's the country mile winner, Titan of Choice taking the middle alley, getting in as an emergency. The field set, ready for the Jack Elliot 1600s.
Hey, Polly, anyone out there? No.
They stand well.
Right,
Track cleared and racing. And Frigid jumped well with Marquez, and 4 Valor from the deep, and Bullfinch is also searching forward with Holbein 4 across the track. Frigid to 5th, and then came Belle Plaisir far flung. Behind those, Flash Feeling, Titan of Choice, Regal Azmon 3rd last from Carburan, and Bold Bourbon last. Holbein held its position to lead Marquez at the brow of the hill at the 1,100 metres. They're a length and a half in front of 4 Valor, who got the 1-1 sit outside of Bullfinch, about 2.5 to Frigid. Then came Titan of Choice, improving around the field to get to 6th. A length and a quarter far flung Belle Plaisir, and they were followed next by Regal Azmon, Flash Feeling towards the back, Bold Bourbon, and also Carburan up on the steel. Holbein the leader at halfway at the railway side by 2.25. Marquez is second. Bullfinch on the rails from 4 Valor. Our deeper Titan of Choice. A length and a quarter Frigid. Belle Plaisir's got a ride home. Next along the inside, far flung. They're 2 lengths in front of Regal Azmon. 8 off the lead from Flash Feeling, Bold Bourbon and Carburan. 550 metres to run. It's Holbein and Marquez together. Marquez giving the lead of the stare. Frigid's coming on about a length and a half away from 4 Valor. Then came Bullfinch, Titan of Choice, far flung, getting away from the rails from Belle Plaisir. And then Regal Azmon coming one of the widest. Frigid out after Marquez, and also Holbein at the 250. Far flung is running on. And then Belle Plaisir and Regal Azmon from a long way back. Frigid in front with 100 to go, but has plenty of company. Belle Plaisir and Regal Azmon coming over the top of them. Regal Azmon takes the lead and won the last. Regal Azmon a half length. Belle Plaisir, Frigid, then far flung. Next to finish, Carburan. There's a black booker from Titan of Choice and Holbein. Then Bold Bourbon, Flash Feeling, Bullfinch, Marquez, and last 4 Valor.
Regal Azmon gets a much-deserved win this preparation. Unlucky at 2 runs in this time in, running 4th at both of those. You could have made a case that he could have won both of them, and he is too good in the last, coming down the middle of the track. Beats Belle Plaisir and Frigid in 3rd. Far Flung got 4th, but it's all Regal Azmon.
Sure was. Regal Azmon, a deserved win, as you said. He's been so unlucky in his 2 runs this preparation. And the difference today, drew wide and was able to just be, have no bad luck, get some clear galloping room in the concluding stages and let down really strongly to beat Belle Plaisir and Frigid. So the form stacking up out of that Moonee Valley race, and Far Flung, who also came through that race. And 5th might well have gone to Holbein, who was another one through that race. So that Moonee Valley benchmark race really stacking up as a form reference for this one at Caulfield, with the first 5 over the line coming through it. Regal Azmon, though, he was the one that probably should have won at the Valley and does get the win today. And I think as this meeting wore on, that wider part of the track was probably an advantage for him. Belle Plaisir going really well, and Frigid continues her good record at Caulfield. But let's hear from some of the winning connections with Tim Yateman.
Shay, a good day gets even better, and you won't see a more deserved winner this weekend.
Yeah, probably could have been 2 from 2 coming into today. So just a pleasing result overall, get a double on a Saturday meeting. So full credit to Phil, obviously. He's training very well at the moment and getting a lot of winners. So had a stakes placing in Adelaide today as well. So just a rewarding day all round.
Must have been nice to see him out in some clear air for once.
Yeah, for sure. Probably drawing wide suited him today, that he could get 3 wide cover. Stacky's riding in good form today anyway, so he's ridden 3 winners, I suppose, and doing a really good job for our stable. He comes in, rides a lot of work, gives great feedback. Just really good asset to have at the stable.
Plenty more winners to come, hopefully, on the eve of the Adelaide Carnival as well. It's a really big time for the Phil Stokes team.
Yeah, we've got a sort of targeted that Adelaide Carnival, and got a few handy horses going there. So Stretton Angel, Climbing Star next week, Madison Kate in a area. So, you know, it's a really exciting time for our stable. Hopefully we're starting to build into something really nice, and, good for Phil, obviously, doing a great job.
Well said. Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so the Stokes stable will finish off the day in style with Regal Azmon, so unlucky in 2 runs to start this preparation, gets the deserved win today. For Daniel Stackhouse, who's had a terrific day at Caulfield, we're going to head to the guys at South Australia, but if you want to see the interview with Daniel Stackhouse and Tim Yateman, that will be on the website, and we'll endeavour to get that up on the socials as well as we head back to Terry and John in Adelaide.
This mounting yard is brought to you by the Racing.com Tipping Hub. Now with national form, tips and analysis.